Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. In this video I would love to show you how to needle felt onto amigurumis. So I've got a couple of examples here for you, and the first one is my Cheshire slime from Slime Rancher. And now the eyes and the mouth here are needle felted, which means that it's got a completely flush appearance. I can do loads of details, and best of all is it's permanent. The only way to get it off is if I really focus on picking at it. So it's just a really nice way to do details. Another one that I have as well is I made a little drake quite a few years ago, and I used needle felting to do the eyes. So I just want to show you the kind of creative freedom that needle felting onto amigurumis gives you. As long as you can think it, you can make it. So all you're going to need is a needle felting needle. Now I picked this one up from my local craft shop, and it's a handle, and I can store my needle felting needle inside it as well, as it's got like a little cork mechanism here. So talking about needles, I also got quite a few with this set, and as you can see they're all different sizes. And I must warn you, you have to be very, very careful when using these. They are incredibly sharp, they will draw blood, so please be very careful. If it's a child that's wanting to needle felt, either make sure that they are heavily supervised or don't let them, because take it from me, stabbing yourself with one of these hurts. Also, make sure that you keep a close eye on your needles, because they do tend to bend after some time, as you can see with this one. I kept this one so I could show people the damage to the needle. So just be aware when you're using them, as this is likely to snap next time I use it, and if it snaps into something like an amigurumi, I will not be able to get this out easily, and it is quite a big hazard. So that's destined for a sharps bin. So I'm just going to very quickly assemble my needle felting needle, and let's jump right in. My poor abomination, I don't know what this is, it's been butchered, it's my experiment. So I'm going to say let's give him a couple of eyes, and I'm going to needle felt them. So I'm going to go with a base of white, and I'll probably add a bit of blue in for good measure. So here's some white fibre that I had. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to break up a little bit, because the key to needle felting is to do a little bit at a time. You can always add more, you can't really take it away. So I'm just going to use a really small piece and roll it into a nice ball, like so. It's not too tight, but it's got that shape. And just a quick tip as well, I highly recommend growing your fingernails for needle felting. I unfortunately cut mine yesterday, but I'm going to use my fingernail as a guard when needle felting, so I don't stab my finger. So I want this eye to sit roughly there, and the best advice I can give for needle felting onto amigurumis is to be confident with yourself and just jump right in. So I want this to sit about there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a couple of pokes just to set roughly where I want in a cross formation, like that. So now that's going to hold a rough shape, and then I'm going to very carefully needle felt inwards. And another thing when needle felting onto amigurumis, always go straight down. Always work straight down, never to the sides or anything, straight down. So just remember, you can always add more, you can never take it away. So I'm just going to bulk up this edge here, just so I can get more of a circular shape going. And now this is where the fingernail guard comes in, because I want to work a very neat edge and I do not want to stab my finger, so that's where the fingernail really does help. There we go, I'm pretty happy with that base. So now I'm just going to grab another colour. I think we'll go with blue, just so I can give them a bit of colour into this white base. And just like before, I'm going to use a little bit because I can always add more. I can never take it away. So the key to adding a second colour on top is to be nice and slow, be very patient with yourself, and make sure that you just keep at it. It's always worth the time. Now I see my needle started to bend there, so if that happens, what you can do, instead of going all the way in for a good hearty stab, you can just very lightly poke it just to bind the fibres to the white. There we go, so he's got one eye. Let's go for another one. I love this thing. It's ridiculous. So, you're not limited to just circles. You can also do just lines. You can do any shape whatsoever. Just remember to start small. Try and work along the stitches, like not in the holes. Try and work where there's actually wool for you to bind this onto. For example, if I try to go straight into one of the holes, it's just going to vanish, and I can just pull it straight out again. The goal is to bind it to the stitches. Don't drop your needle. And one way I like to neaten the edges up is I can gather all these fibres on the end of my needle and just stab it straight through, because the needles are full of grooves, which are what are used to bind the fibres together, so it's easy to gather up. And now if you do make a mistake, there is a way of fixing it. However, it's not recommended, as it does mess up your work. For this, I will use my broken needle because it's already broken, but you can in fact go under the fibres but poke your needle all the way to this more reinforced bit here, like so. So it'll be on this bit here, and you can just pull those fibres out like so. But as you can see, it's made quite a bit of a mess along here. The bigger the mistake, the bigger the mess, and that's not really too usable anymore. Oh well. So my abomination now has eyes, and I've taught you how to needle felt. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed learning how to needle felt. Just remember, always take your time, be patient with this, and don't rush. It gets easier with time. It really does. It gets so much easier with time. So just be patient and keep practicing. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future tips, tricks and free patterns. And I really hope to see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye for now.